The first time I caught my husband whispering, "I love you," to another woman. She was sleeping in our guest room just downstairs. My name is Emily. I'm 29. Ryan and I have been married for 4 years in a quiet Denver suburb where nothing bad is supposed to happen. Until it did. It started innocently enough. Or at least that's what he wanted me to believe. Last month, Ryan came home from work looking concerned and said his cousin Sophie needed a place to stay for a few weeks while she job hunted in the city. I'd never met her before, but family is family. When she arrived, she was everything he described and more. Beautiful in that effortless way with warm brown eyes, a soft laugh that filled every room, and a gentle kindness that made our house feel brighter. Before we go further, please smash that like button. And comment which city you are listening from tonight. Here we begin story again. First, I was happy to help. But something shifted within days. I couldn't put my finger on it. The way Ryan's eyes lingered on her a second too long when she walked into the kitchen. The inside jokes they already seemed to share. The way she'd touch his arm lightly when thanking him for something small. I told myself I was being paranoid. I worked night shifts at the hospital, long exhausting hours. Stress does strange things to your mind. Then came the night that changed everything. I was supposed to work until 7 a.m., but a patient cancellation let me slip home at 2 a.m. The house was dark except for the faint glow of the living room lamp. I was about to call out when I heard it. His voice. Low. Tender. The voice he used to use with me in the early days. "I love you, sophomore. You make me feel alive again." My heart slammed against my ribs. I froze in the hallway, one hand still on the front door. He kept talking, soft and urgent. "She's changed, you know? We barely even talk anymore. Being around you. It's like I can breathe." Sophie didn't respond with words, at least not that I could hear. But I stood there in the shadows, silent tears burning down my face, listening to my husband confess his feelings to the woman sleeping in our guest room. I didn't confront them that night. I crept upstairs, crawled into bed fully clothed, and stared at the ceiling until morning, replaying every word. The next day I waited until Sophie left for an interview. Ryan was making coffee when I stepped into the kitchen. "I heard you last night." His face went pale. The mug slipped from his hand and shattered on the tile. He cried. He begged. He swore it wasn't physical, nothing like that had happened. It was just emotional. Connection. He was confused. He loved me. He'd end it. He'd ask her to leave. That night he made love to me with a desperation I hadn't felt in years. His hands trembled. He whispered apologies against my skin. For a moment I almost believed him. But the next morning Sophie was still there. And the suspense began to eat me alive. Every single day became a slow torture of tiny, unbearable clues. Her fingers brushing his when she passed him the coffee creamer. The secret smiles they exchanged across the dinner table. The way Ryan started working late, and coming home smelling faintly of her vanilla perfume. How my own husband suddenly had energy again, laughing at her jokes, helping her with job applications on his laptop late into the night. I started checking his phone when he showered. Nothing obvious. He deleted messages. I found myself driving past the house during my breaks, heart pounding, wondering if they were alone. I barely slept. Every creak in the floorboards downstairs made my stomach twist. I became a ghost in my own home, watching, waiting, barely breathing. Last week the tension became unbearable. I bought a small hidden camera online and installed it in the living room while they were both out. My hands shook the entire time. I told myself if nothing was there, I'd delete the footage and get therapy. I trust my husband again. I was wrong. Last night, after another fake late shift, I sat in my car down the block and watched the live feed on my phone with the sound turned low. My breathing was shallow. My palms were slick. At 2:47 a.m. they were on the couch. Sophie was crying softly. Ryan pulled her into his arms, holding her close, stroking her hair the way he once did mine. "I can't keep doing this," she whispered. "I can't stay here pretending." Ryan's voice cracked. "Just give me a little more time. I'll leave her. I choose you, sophomore. I'm going to fix this." He kissed her forehead, then her cheek. They stayed like that, wrapped in each other while my entire world collapsed in 4K on my phone screen. I don't remember walking back inside. I only remember standing in the living room at 3:12 a.m., the front door clicking shut behind me. They both froze. Ryan's eyes met mine, wide, guilty, broken. The same eyes that had promised me forever 4 years ago. "Emily, it's not what you think," he whispered, voice hoarse. Sophie slowly pulled away from him, but there was no shame on her face. Only something colder. I looked at the woman living in my house, in my marriage, and said the words that shattered what was left of my heart. "I want both of you gone by morning." The silence was deafening. As I turned to walk upstairs, Sophie's soft voice floated behind me, calm and cutting. "He already chose, Emily. You just haven't accepted it yet." I didn't look back. I climbed the stairs on legs that felt like they belonged to someone else, locked myself in the bedroom, and sat against the door listening to every sound downstairs. Drawers opening. Suitcases zipping. Low voices arguing. Now I'm sitting here in the dark, phone in my hand, heart still racing, waiting for the front door to close. Because the worst part isn't even what I saw. It's the sick, terrifying feeling that this might not be over. That maybe. Sophie was right.